I think it's so important for us to be outside our doors. You know, we have a beautiful place. We have a beautiful place. But some of the most beautiful things that I've seen haven't always been right at Bridgewater United Methodist. They've been outside those doors when we have worked together. One thing, of course, that comes to my mind right now is working with the homeless population in Atlanta for the past 2 summers. There's not enough time to talk about how wonderful that was, but being God's hands and feet and helping people with their story, like where does your story begin? And
well,
Bridgewater's good at that.
Expressing that love of Christ. And I remember when you came back, you told about something that surprised me, and that was washing the feet of the homeless and doing pedicures.
Yes, and we did that when
And you did
Open
that
Doors came.
when we had Open Doors, yeah.
And that's something I can't really express. That was only through Christ. But there is something so humbling about, you know, when part of our story is how much we love Jesus. And I had a man ask me, why are you washing my feet? And I said, you know, I love this man named Jesus, and Jesus did this stuff. And just for him to be thinking about that kind of love, that was Jesus. And I would just, that's one thing that makes our congregation so wonderful. I love.
It is, it's like, you know, everything that you learn, it doesn't just stay inside the church, it goes out the doors.
Yeah. Well, and for me, sometimes in my business I have to interact regularly with some folks that don't necessarily attend church, don't necessarily use the same language I do, things like that. And so sometimes I have to struggle, but attending church helps me kind of stay centered. Bridgewater's very good at that, very supportive group, and does that. And in fact, just last month, I had a delivery, and one of the drivers that I've known for years said his wife had passed away suddenly. And I was really busy at the time, and I wasn't able to really talk to him that much. But the only thing I could think of is, you know, God bless you, and hope you'll be okay. And he was taken aback by that. He just wasn't really sure how to respond to that. But I think he felt better about it, and so yeah, I didn't even think. I just said it, and I think because of attending church and being a part of that, you know, helped me say that and be comfortable with it. And it, you know, after I thought about it, it's like, well, you know, that was easy. So.
It reminds me of what they told us when the man who ran the mission, M25, is who we went with this past summer. He said, don't go into this thinking you're going to change someone's life, but you can change their day. And when we think about that, that's so much easier.
More manageable.
Yes, so much more manageable. Than,
You think, well, I can do that.
I can do that, and that's what you did. You changed his day. And I'd like to say that Bridgewater United Methodist Church changes a lot of people's day, I believe. Just.
And it's interesting because it starts with me. If I change my point of view, then it may change somebody else's point of view, and it starts with me first.
Changes.
Yeah.
This past year, when the Robinsons visited our church that Sunday and shared their mission work in Sierra Leone, and we were all sensitive to that because of the Ebola breakout there. And they shared extensively, really, what their ministry was like there among the people. It was humbling to see the work they were doing, and it was amazing to think that we were a part of that work, you know, half a world away, across a large ocean, but as a part of the connection of the United Methodist Church, and through the generosity people give every Sunday. We were part of that work there in Sierra Leone. It's pretty striking stuff. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Like the school and the hospital.
Absolutely. And it's funny, I've had a lot of people in the business realm right now, networking is big. You hear a lot about that. But God is the ultimate networker. He created that. Like, if you look at how we're so webbed together, and it's neat, it's humbling that He would use us for His greater purposes. It's
Yeah.
so humbling.
It is, and and when we think about that connection, I'm thinking, we're 175 years old this coming year. And over that period, the church has been faithful in its support of folks going across the world to serve people in other places and to tell the old world story,
Right.
to share that story of Jesus and His love, and to express it in the ministries that they had. And I was thinking about that, and it's kind of amazing how things do come back. And for us in Virginia, it has a special meaning because over a century ago, along with a Presbyterian pastor, a Methodist missionary was the first to go into Korea and carry the gospel into Korea, where we have a vibrant Christian community today. And who would have ever thought that our bishop would be someone who came from Korea here in his lifetime as a first-generation Korean, come here and lead the whole Virginia conference. And in a powerful way, in his emphasis on prayer and his great humility and love and service. We've been blessed by him.
Yeah.